Susan Vanderaa, Kari Clargo. It is our second preliminary on this opening week of women's 10-pin play. And the two marks so far have Kari with the slight advantage as we play in the third. Susan from Regina. She's the customer service rep for the Thrifty car rental company. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Got the break she was looking for. Now watch as she releases the ball right at the knee. Watch the speed there. Then she picked it up. See the thumb going right up, going hitchhiking, but she hitchhiked the action on the pin. Just topple it up.
Watch him. Watch that 7-pin into the channel. Bingo. There it goes. Little full. Little bit of a break. Leaves the 4-pin. Kari Clargo out of Sault Ste. Marie. She's a casino cashier at the Sault Ste. Marie Casino. Very nice place. Relatively new, rebuilt in the last, I'd say, 5 years or so. Very nice.
Northcrest Lanes, Sault Ste. Marie, the average is 207. She is a powerful bowler. She'd be one of the bowlers that you could count on being able to handle any of the conditions. Like, you do a lot of curling, so in some of the cases you'll see the people that really don't know how to get the rock to react as when different ice conditions happen. And maybe they don't sweep as enough, or they don't do whatever. In the bowling lane, of course, we have oil on the lanes. So the conditions, particularly like with television lights on, they'll dry out a little. This woman here right now, Kari, could certainly handle a lot of the conditions.
Now we've seen that a couple of times now. She does wear tape on her fingers. A little earlier she ended up pulling up and yanking the ball.
Well, sometimes, I mean, there you know, she's looking up above. I think she needs to lower her view just a little bit and hit the lane a little faster. She's got so much tape on there. Actually, sometimes I think people become mechanical too much. They have the tapes and then they use those as alibis.
Leaves the 9. So that's her first open frame. Comes in 4 for a 63.
See what happens as soon as she sits down now, she starts playing with the tape instead of concentrating on her game as much. She's sitting there playing with the tape a little bit. Now she's watching her opponent. Watch how she sets up, gets the ball back, and now she has her shoulders back behind each other, and that gives her a little bit more power for a person of her stature.
And as any good bowler does, jumps all over the opportunity. The open frame from Clargo, Vanderaa with the strike.
Watch the dots as they go down the lane. You'll be able to see the revolutions, and the tighter it is, the smaller the roll is down there, the better the ball you've got in there. She is actually much more comfortable than I've ever seen her on television before. She's right at home right now. See, there's where her right shoulder is pulled way back. Now she swings the ball out, gets the timing, and right over top of her head there. A little bit of a problem now with the split.
Well, the first time we saw Susan was back in 1991 for the Pins game.
There's the difference. Just eased up a little bit on the ball. And you know what? I'm sure that everybody in every sport knows just at the instant that they release the ball, the instant they hit the golf ball or whatever, that they've made a mistake or they've got that great hit.
Well done. To get the 3-10 for the spare in 5. And so just the one open for Susan. She had the 9 count in the first, follows it up now with spare, a couple of strikes, another spare in 5.
Let's watch Kari, the difference in the style, because there she sets a good example. Looks right down, gets the right spot on the approach that she wants, muscles the ball a little bit, and comes right in.
Maybe deserved better than that, leaving that 10. Again, she's playing with the tape.
You notice that she has her wrist bent all the way through it. You have to be very, very strong to be able to do that. All the way through her back, we'll catch it here. There's where she's got that. Now watch, she just keeps it all strength, and there she just totally lost.
Yep. So back-to-back opens for her, 72 count through 5. Kari making her 3rd appearance on TSN, her 3rd straight appearance on the Canadian Championships. She is a former national 10-pin champion, won the gold medal in 1997.
Switched equipment. There is a result that she wanted.
And you know, let's make the point now that she made that switch, and that's something that I think you said to the bowlers. You tell everybody, you've got one game. You've got to figure out what you're doing wrong quickly, make that decision, and then live with it.
That's right, and you know, there's difference being that if you hesitate, if you're not willing to gamble on the deal of the end result, you won't get the kind of results that Susan just did. You have to have faith in your ability and confidence that you know what you're doing with your equipment. And both these players have been around enough. They know what they have to do. There's the score. It's not out of reach for Kari by any stretch.
Susan bowls at the Glencairn Bowlodrome in Regina, averages 198 in house play.
$6,300 winner. There's the eyes. That's what you want to watch. If the eyes, they don't move, period, down the lane. Way out on there.
Ooh, my. Now that leaves you shaking your head a little bit. What happened?
Well, as she released the bowling ball, she actually didn't, come straight through and bring the ball in, and the ball didn't get down there. You need the ball to go down skid. It skids first, and then it'll roll, and then it'll hook, and it better start hooking about 6 feet out. This one started doing nothing and just went straight through, and as a result, these are very difficult spare. It's a split that she has there, and if she goes to the left-hand side, she could maybe make it, but not this way. As I made mention, the game is not out of hand yet for Kari. She has a chance right now. If she can come back and double up, she'll bring that right back in the contention. Isn't it remarkable that winners are people that aren't afraid of losing? And that's what we see happen at times. And the ones that are not afraid of going out there and changing and trying things.
Now look what's happened here. She made that adjustment in 6, got a strike. Whatever she did is working now because it's back-to-back strikes.
That's the difference, and you made mention of it, the fact that the bowler only has 1 game. You've got 10 frames. And if you strike out, you'd have 12 frames. But now, this is the ball that counts.
The other thing to keep in mind here too, Frank, is how the game has changed. That open for Susan comes at a bad time, cuts off the momentum. Right now, Kari has the advantage, has the potential before that ball for a 222. Now, whatever she does here. So both bowlers now, this game is much closer than when it started out.
Well, and she's shaking her head there a little bit. She was just a little faster on that ball than the first 2 strikes that she had. But she made a wise move when she switched the equipment. And this will be the difficult spare because she's got to get all the way back to the back pin there.
Oh, and she does.
Well
Nicely
done. Sorry.
Oh, perfect. I mean, when you look at those open frames earlier, that's what she failed to do.
Watch this now. She comes straight on through it. There's no question in the world. Boom. Hits the head pin there that she wanted, the pin that she wanted a lead. And even though they're looking at the back row of pins, she went straight at it, and that was marvelous. This will be the do or die thing for her here. She can come back with another. Wow, there you are. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Susan Vanderaa comes off the open with a strike here in 8.
Very well done. All 10 pins. 3 pounds, 2 ounces up to 310. They're all in that 3.6 range. And so you got a lot of wood down to the other end. Now, if she can get a back up here, get that extra little strike here, the 9th frame, the anchor frame. She looks pretty determined. Beautifully executed.
So she'll take a seat, and now she'll watch Kari Clargo, who has managed to put together a couple of strikes and a spare as she plays 9 and 10, and still very much in the game. The potential is for a 198 for Kari, 215 for Susan Vanderaa.
She was content with that as soon as she went to the release point, and it was just great.
Kari's mom, Evelyn, is here in Calgary. We welcome her. And what a turnaround. What a tale of two games for Kari Clargo beginning in the 6th.
Well, Kari needs to strike out to have any chance at all in this game, and she could end up with 198. The last ball was really well executed. See if she can carry it straight through. Good hit. You bet. Now we get a little bit more action because it means that Susan, when she comes back up, will need to get a mark. Kari wisely is checking the scoreboard. In your mind, you know what you need, but it's always good to look over there and check it out. There's the scoreboard, 125 in the 7th and a double up, and 118 and a spare and then a double. So here we are in the 10th frame. She can get one more strike here. It'll really get everybody thinking a little bit about, no, that's not going to help.
So a 184. The potential now for Kari Clargo, and yeah, I want an opportunity. And I tell you what a turnaround for her. This could have been over a lot earlier.
The only hope, well, she needs to pick these pins up, and as you mentioned, don't leave anything on there, so that would give her the 184, and that still means that Susan, well done, that's actually it's a good shot. Susan still needs to get a mark, because if she gets an open, if she gets a splitter or anything, she could be 184, for example, down to, sitting up there on the board, and she's sitting down. She's got that.
And despite the fact she's got the 2 strikes up, still needs the pin count here. So Susan Vanderaa
needs to get a spare or a strike.
And that'll do it.
That gives her 3 in a row and a potential now of 215. There's her father, Frank, over there, one of the greatest bowlers in Canada. And there's good wife there. And that Frank and I, we go back many, many years, and I've watched him coach this young lady right here, and he's got to be pretty happy.
Very happy. Of course, like so many bowlers, Mom and Dad got Susan involved when she was 12 years of age.
Hit the pin, and that's a bit of a break. I mean, she has won the match, but now has a potential of 203. And she will go forward.
The loser takes home $250 from the preliminaries. We'll move on to the quarterfinals. We'll play for the loser will take home $1,000 there. The winner becomes our first semi-finalist, and then we'll have a chance to play for the $10,000 first prize. Susan Vanderaa holds a 203, and she'll advance to meet Melody Savage. It's a rivalry renewed. Savage Vanderaa when we come back.